What's up everyone, it's Ben here and I'm currently in Korea as part of an immersion program for my MBA. And so my background's a little bit different and it'll probably be this background for the next few videos or so. But anyway, today I wanted to share with you all how much I make on YouTube so far across my two channels, rareliquid and rareliquid careers. Jumping into today's agenda, I'll first be going through an overview of how much I've been earning throughout the year of 2022 across both my channels and all the different revenue streams I have. And then I'll be going into some detail and provide you guys some insights into each of the different revenue streams. And lastly, I want to share my goals for the rest of the year and how I hope to double my monthly income from, well, I won't spoil it right now. Actually, screw it. If you just came for the numbers, totally fine. I do that all the time for videos as well. And in total, I make about $30,000 a month, and it varies a lot month to month, which I'll be going over later in the video, but it's across 4 different revenue streams. First is YouTube AdSense, which is around $4,000 a month, and then courses, which are around $3,000 a month. These are PDF guides that I've created for how to get into banking, and also my MBA applications that received admittance to Wharton and Columbia. I sell those at rareliquidcareers.com. I also earn about $3,000 a month from Patreon, and then $20,000 a month from sponsorships and affiliates. And I'll go through all of this later, I guess pretty much soon in this video. And I will also share how I plan to hopefully grow this from $30,000 to $60,000 per month by the end of 2022. And with that said, one last thing is that I also want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for today's video, Alto IRA, for helping make this video possible. All right, so now jumping into my revenue overview, I want to walk you guys through this master document I have that has a bunch of tabs in here, basically kind of like this is basically how I run rareliquid or keep everything organized. And maybe in the future, I'll go through everything. But today I'm just gonna focus on this tab. And for goals here, you can see like I have some like subscription kind of goals, but this part here is actually what I wanna focus on. So this is organized into the end date for the month for the full year, and then the different goals that I have for subscribers, YouTube ads, Patreon, sponsors, courses, the total. And this is also further divided into my rareliquid investing kind of revenue stream, I guess, or like business line, and then rareliquid careers. And the numbers here just kind of add the bottom two kind of different business lines. And so my goal by the end of this year is to have about 200,000 subscribers across both channels, which I think is pretty reasonably possible. And then for YouTube ads, you can see that the numbers are pretty up and down. The reason it's spiked up a bit is because rareliquid careers, I actually wasn't able to get monetized for 4 months because of this weird issue with my Gmail that I don't want to really get into because it's a really long story. But I could have been monetized in my first month because I had, or maybe like second month, because I had 1,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched, which is the requirement. But I went through this long process. They finally monetized me in June. And so that's why the YouTube AdSense has kind of jumped. And from now on, I think I'm going to be earning about $4,000 a month. Unless some of my videos go viral, then, these numbers will spike. And I am hoping that as I continue to build out more evergreen content on this channel and also rareliquid careers, that I'll be able to earn more YouTube ads revenue, YouTube AdSense in terms of revenue. And then for Patreon, this is honestly kind of the saddest part of my business because the market has been going down since the beginning of this year. And as the market's been going down, people are just less interested in paying for something like Patreon. And obviously, well, I don't know if it's obvious, but I wasn't able to like predict the incoming potential like recession, or I thought there'd be a lot of volatility, but then I didn't really have a firm grasp of macro like I do now. And so now I understand what's happening with the markets and everything. But anyhow, I'm more of a long-term investor. So I do think that I'm positioning my portfolios as best as I can for the long haul. And if the markets do come back, then this revenue stream probably and hopefully will pick up as well. But right now it's kind of on the downward trend. And by the way, this July number, obviously July hasn't passed yet, but usually I have pretty good visibility into like how much I'm going to earn for the rest of the month. So I just wanted to kind of share this. And then for sponsors, this is my biggest kind of revenue driver. And this, over the past few months in particular, I've been moving around from Korea to the US and then also starting my MBA program. And so to earn around $20,000 per month from the videos that I've made over each of May and June is actually pretty good because I haven't been making that many videos compared to like my normal cadence. And so, sponsors have been paying a little bit more. I've also been earning pretty good amount with affiliates, and also like people actually purchasing the things that I kind of advertise, because I usually do my best to advertise some like a product that I actually use myself or can really stand behind, and also something that's just kind of related to the video. So that's sponsorships, my biggest kind of revenue stream. And as I'm kind of projecting that as my Rare Liquid Careers channel grows, this will be like a huge driver as well. And then the last big driver that I'm hoping kind of like overtakes all of my different revenue streams for the next 1 to 2 years or so is courses. And right now, if you go to rareliquidcareers.com, you can kind of see what I've been selling here, which is not that much. It's like my applications that got me into Wharton and Columbia for my MBA. And then I have some guides for investment banking, like resume and cover letter, and kind of just like a overall industry guide. And then I have like a $200 per hour like Zoom call that people can request if they want to. But over the next 6 months, I'm actually building out 3 different courses, which I'll discuss later on in this video. But there's one for researching crypto, one for how to get into banking, and one for how to get into MBA programs. And I'll leave a link for if you want early access and a huge discount. So check out the description and sign up if you're interested in any of those courses. But basically, I am projecting that these will do fairly well. And I have like this tab here where I kind of projected out how much I expect to kind of be selling. And I do have this tab here where I kind of go through my projections for the rest of the year, but I'm not going to go through that right now. Essentially, I based my projections for these courses based off of other kind of course websites, course sites that I've been helping advertise for, like Wall Street Prep, which you may have seen in the past. And then I kind of use that as a basis to see how much I could potentially make with the courses that I made on my own. And I think these courses are going to be really good, and I can't wait to actually kind of release them and kind of build out courses more and more over time. So overall, my goal for the year is to kind of eventually double my monthly revenue from 30,000 a month or so all the way to around 60,000. And that's a little bit on the optimistic side, I'd say. I do think that it's possible, especially if courses go well. But I do think that what's maybe a little bit more realistic is something like, or a base case scenario might be something like 50,000 a month, which I would also be super happy with. And by the way, all of this money that I'm earning, it's not just something I pocket to myself. I'm actually investing a lot back into the business. And also I have employees that I pay full-time salary for, and contractors as well. So it's not like I'm pocketing all this money. Now, before I go into the details of each of the different revenue streams, I want to tell you guys about Alto IRA, which is a company that I've been using to invest into crypto over the past 6 months or so. And they allow you to invest your Roth IRA into crypto. And so you can grow your investments tax-free. And so it's a pretty unique platform. They have a 4.5 star or so on Trustpilot. I've been using their platform for a while, and it's very, very seamless. As you can see, their crypto IRA, they have 200 plus different coins and tokens. Looking at my portfolio, I only really invest in the safe kind of blue chip assets like Ethereum and Bitcoin. And that's because, this isn't like my retirement account. And I think in the long run, in the next 10 to 30 years or so, crypto will outperform something like the S&P 500. Now, I do want to caveat by saying, I'm not a financial advisor, and I do have other retirement accounts where I invest only in stocks. So I like to keep everything balanced. But I'm just using my Roth IRA to kind of bet that crypto will outperform the stock market over the next 20 to 40 years. And I want to grow this investment tax-free through my Roth IRA. So if you're interested in them, you can use my link down in the description and get $50 in free Bitcoin if you sign up. And just to kind of show you guys one last thing, it's super easy to buy. So let's say I want to buy Bitcoin. I'll just buy it at market price and buy like $100 worth. You just click preview order, I agree, and then you place your order. And it's really as easy as that. So yeah, feel free to check out Alto IRA if you're interested. Okay, so now I'm going to be going over the details for each of the revenue streams, starting with YouTube AdSense. And you can see kind of here, this is over the past 28 days. I have no idea why Google makes it the past 28 days instead of past 30. But anyway, you can kind of see I've been earning somewhere around like $75 a day for the past month or so. And maybe what else would be interesting was over the past year, how much I made over YouTube AdSense. So like whenever videos go viral, I obviously earn a lot more per day. And so over the past year, I've earned $26,000 from YouTube AdSense, and across my entire lifetime, 32,000. So I made this YouTube account, I think, just with my email a long time ago, but then I didn't actually have any videos until around January. I started this channel around January 19th, 2021. So from here, I started making videos, and then one of my videos about like how I spent my JP Morgan salary went viral. So that was like a huge, exciting kind of moment for me. And honestly, I never went back as high as that kind of like high before. So you can also see with like my subscribers, things grew a ton when I had that video was going viral. And now things have kind of steadied, and I'm growing more kind of like at a regular pace, which I don't mind at all either. I also wanted to show you guys my Rare Liquid Careers channel, which, as you can see here, has been also earning about like, close, like $60, $70 per month or per day. And if you look at the past 90 days, I wasn't monetized for a while, and then basically got monetized. You can also see with subscribers, kind of how things have grown. And for over the entire lifetime, so I started this channel back in earlier this past January. So kind of 1 year after Rare Liquid, the channel you're watching right now. And so far, I've earned $2,000 in revenue, but it actually should be a lot more because so many of the videos in the past did super well. Like you can see, I got like 700 subscribers in one day for one of my videos, and like some other advertising I think that I did. But yeah, things have been growing pretty steady as well for this channel, again, which I don't mind at all. So that's my YouTube AdSense revenue. Now let me go pretty quickly into my Patreon. There's not really much to explain. This is kind of like my overview for my account and what it looks like. 256 active patrons and earning about 3,700, but I'm expecting it to kind of come down to 3,000 by the end of the month, just because the markets are not doing well, etc. As I explained earlier, you can see here, just to kind of prove like that I'm not making up numbers. This is like kind of my payouts and everything. And then for my courses, which I explained earlier, where I'm selling a bunch of like PDFs of my MBA and banking related stuff. This is kind of like what my revenue has been looking like. And I just input those numbers directly into here. So that covers my Patreon and courses. For sponsors, let me just talk about this briefly. I can't actually share this like affiliates and sponsorships tab, unfortunately, where I have like all the different sponsors I work with and how much I've been earning each month with each of them, because that information is pretty confidential. But what I can say on average is that I typically charge anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5K per 60-second sponsorship mention, and then usually add on commission as well. So depending on how much commission that they give me, I might like alter things a little bit, or if it's like a longer term deal, then I'll have then they'll be able to negotiate like a lower upfront fee. So that's pretty much the detail I can give for that. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. The only thing I didn't cover is this annualized section over here. And this is basically just my last month revenue. And I multiply it by 12 to see what my annual revenue run rate looks like. And so essentially, if I'm able to hit all these goals by the end of this year, Rare Liquid would be an $800,000 in terms of revenue per year business. And we'll see if I'm able to make that happen. Now that you've seen how much I've earned throughout 2022 and gotten some detail into each of the different revenue streams, I did mention it a little bit, but I do want to now talk about how I plan to grow for the rest of the year. The first area I'm going to be focusing a lot on over the next 6 months is Rare Liquid Careers, which is my careers channel, as I mentioned earlier. And I think this channel might actually overtake this current channel, Rare Liquid, in the next 2 years or so, just because career stuff tends to be a lot more evergreen content and has a chance to go a little bit more viral in a sense. We'll see what happens, but as that channel grows, I can charge more for things like sponsorships, and then also eventually have a larger audience to sell my courses to, which I'm working really hard on, and that's kind of the second area of growth that I want to discuss. So courses, I'm currently building out 3. One for this channel, which is how to fundamentally research crypto. Second, for how to get into investment banking. And third, for how to get into MBA programs. And these are courses that I wish that I had when I was either researching crypto or thinking about trying to break into investment banking or getting into a top MBA program. I'm pretty excited for these courses because I've been working on these for the past I don't know, 3 to 6 months, putting a lot of energy and just time and effort into each of these courses and really making sure they're really top quality. And so if you want to sign up for any of these, I'll have Google link forms down in the description below. But I think this is actually going to be a pretty big growth driver for the rest of this year and in the future. The third area of growth is TikTok, and I created a TikTok about a few months ago, and for a few weeks I actually posted pretty regularly and had pretty good engagement. You can check it out, it's just rareliquid on TikTok, but it's been pretty hard over the past few months with MBA and all the other stuff I have going on with the business to consistently be posting, but I want to do my best to post more on TikTok because I think it's a pretty valuable platform, obviously. And so if I'm able to grow that, you can also, grow in terms of sponsorships as well, because sponsors pay a lot for TikToks, especially when you consider how much time it takes to make a YouTube video versus TikTok. And they actually kind of pay similarly in a sense. And so that's another kind of growth driver that I want to focus on for the rest of 2022. All right, so that concludes the video. I'll probably aim to post these kind of revenue update videos every 6 months. So the next time I'll kind of share with you how everything has kind of turned out will be at the end of 2022 or early 2023. So look out for that. And I wanted to also remind you all about Alto IRA if you want to grow your crypto tax-free. They also have an IRA for a bunch of other different types of investments. If you're interested, you can sign up using my link and get $50 for free if you use my link. And with that said, thank you all so much for watching. Hope to catch you in the next video. Thanks so much and peace out.